Okay, we're here with Jack Anderson, who is the Executive Director of the Woodstock History Center, as well as being a side judge. And Jack, we were just wondering if you could tell us, how does this flood of 2011 compare to 1973 and 1927 floods, which were also very devastating for your area?
Indeed they were. I think the 1927 flood is still going to be the worst natural disaster that Vermont has ever endured. But I have heard that in some locations the damage is even worse than 27. So if you want to use a broad brush, it was pretty close, but maybe not as bad. Since 1927, we'll put in all the flood control devices and the dams and whatever, so that's controlled it. But some of these localized towns, I'm sure they'll tell you it was worse than 84 years ago.
Okay. Some of our bridges are built a little better than they were in 1927.
Yes.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah, and a lot of the bridges that were put in 1928 and 1929 were just taken out.
Okay.
So we're getting a refreshing
of the
bridges. And a lot of those were being replaced. But many of our historic bridges dated from 28, 29, and 30.
Yeah.
A lot of these metal pony truss bridges and so on. So those are now have to be replaced.
Yeah.
So I think it's an opportunity to improve the infrastructure, but it's going to be a long time before that happens. 1973, I've talked to a lot of people. I wasn't living here then. You were.
I wasn't. I was a little out of town.
Okay.
But yeah.
But people are telling me that this is worse than the 73 flood, in that the current and the damage, the water level might have been as high, but I think the damage here, the devastation is worse than 73. So it's a 100-year event, only it's been just 84 years.
Yeah, that's right. A little too close together.
So all of them have been bad, but this one has a whole new stamp on things. It's just, I mean, in 1973, it was just a heavy rainstorm. In 1927, it was a heavy rainstorm in November. I think you have to look, this is a tropical storm in Vermont. Now that's really strange.
Yeah, that's unusual.
So a perspective is needed there, I think. Why do we get tropical storms in Vermont?
So we're already recovering. You just said you're out working on the western side of town, and things are progressing pretty well.
Yeah, a lot of the debris is gone. I was in the trailer park. There are several homes. Dale's Motor Homes is there, mobile homes.
Yeah.
And there's a man going through, and he's pretty much putting red stickers on those that are uninhabitable. So those people have got to get out of those. So today we tried to get some containers and some trailer bodies so people could take their possessions and get them in a safe place and a dry place for the next rain that's coming.
Good.
So that's what we did today. Plus we filled up dumpsters and tried to get dumpsters to the only landfill that was open to get those dumped. But
so maybe 1 or 2 volunteers?
Oh, there were a dozen, 15, 18. There were people coming and going, doing different things.
Yeah.
So it looks a lot nicer, but there, I think 11 trailers have been condemned.
Okay. All right, and that's out of 40, I think, right?
Something
like that. Yeah. So that's.
But they have power, they have water, they have electricity power, and their leach field is down, but they're bringing in a temporary holding tank, so they'll be able to use that. So.
Right.
And what's your opinion of the progress made in 1 week, Jack?
Awesome, amazing. I'm surprised, I guess. It's some places. I went Monday. I did a look about and saw some of the devastation. I went back today. There's gravel everywhere, and riprap everywhere. The roads are open. It's like everybody's mobilizing. And I sat at the end of Westerdale Road, coming to work, or coming in here, and I think 17 trailer trucks went by me.
Yeah.
Not trailers, but dump trucks with snow and gravel. So, I don't know how Woodstock got to mobilize all of these trucks, because other towns need them too, but we've got this force, a caravan working here. Yeah, it's
good to see everybody turning out and working together.
That's very rewarding to see that people with the green. Did you see the clip on MSNBC?
Yeah, saw that. That's good. Good to get Woodstock on the map in a positive light.
And I'm glad to report that this facility and all of its artifacts were unharmed.
That's important.
The backyard, this is all of Woodstock's history here. The backyard, well, that's a different story. I had a maple tree and picnic table where people would sit at the table under the shade of the tree and read. Well, they can't do either one now. No. There's no tree, there's no table.
And will you be able to actually bring the lawn back to where it was, or you're restricted?
Todd Menes. He's coming the end of next week to consult with all the landowners on this side of the river as to what we can do to rebuild. I have a bluff there now. It's going to continue to erode. So can I taper it down? Can I seed it? Can I put stone? I don't know. He's going to tell me that.
Good.
We'll see.
All right.
But compared to the rest of That's minor.
It's minor.
It's a
Yeah.
minor inconvenience. I didn't
Yep.
get one piece of paper wet in here.
Wow.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Jack, thank you very
Hey,
much.
Of course.